Okay, so next...
So our objective is back to Zeffo.
Back to Zeffo. Back to Zeffo, huh?
The Empire might have found a Zeffo tomb. We can't waste any time.
Pity. Heard about a high-stakes game from one of Saw's fighters. A few extra credits couldn't hurt, you know?
Gambling. Grease, use your head. One of these days, the Haxian brood is going to catch up with you.
Those slubs? I'll hear them coming from a parsec away.
I don't need your gambling habit causing us more trouble with murderous criminal syndicates.
You're right, I know it. I just want to blow off some stress every once in a while, you know? Anyway, all of that is in the past. I'm sure it won't be a problem.
That is a far more significant
Right,
conversation than you might realise at first.
Yeah, you and me, we're unstoppable together. Don't you think, kid, huh? The man is in Grease, every time perfect landing.
You could say that.
Ever piloted a ship before?
No, mostly just scrapper transports in Braca.
Oh, kid, you gotta get in the cockpit sometime. Feel the controls in your hands and the galaxy in your grasp. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Sounds good. Let me know when.
Huh? No, not mine. Not the Manus, no way. I'm just saying you should try it sometime. But with someone else's ship.
What's up, Grease?
Remember that scout walker you took down?
The ATST?
Yeah. You got up close and personal, right?
What are you getting at, Grease?
How's about you liberate one of those things from the Empire, and I take it for a spin?
Oh. You gonna help me out next time we're in a fight?
What? No. No way. It's always fighting with you. Forget I said anything.
Storm worrying you?
Nah. There's a lot of things that bother me. The Empire, deadly creatures, poorly cooked burrowfish. But when I'm in my ship, it's all breezy-greasy.
Good to know. We've got a lot more flying ahead of us.
Right. No need to keep reminding me, though. Can I have a moment with my ship?
There's a long journey ahead of us. These ancient tombs didn't survive all this time because they were easy to find.
It's a challenge I'm willing to take.
I can see that. I'm glad you believe in what we're trying to accomplish.
I always have. Ever since I was a youngling, I trusted in the Force. Those names on the list, they're a test. And I believe I will succeed.
I like your confidence. A journey like this one can challenge you in ways you've never been before.
I understand. I think I'm ready.
We've got your back, Cal.
The homeworld of the Zeffo. Cordova must have spent a lot of time here.
Cordova spent his life studying the history of the galaxy in many different places. Dragged me along on a few expeditions. It was educational.
You really believed in the past?
He believed in the future. But you can't have a future without the past.
Picking up anything?
Nothing new. It still feels risky.
I don't think we have a choice.
We always have a choice. The people the Empire has left behind, destroyed and controlled, are depending on us. On you, Cal.
I know. I'm glad I have you two to back me up.
And we will. We all have to support each other. It's the only way to succeed. Zeffo clues could be anywhere on this planet. There's much to do.
Right, I've come down to the ice mines. This is the quickest way to get to my objective. If you didn't get the scompling when you left this planet last on your first visit, you will be directed to get that, and you'll go a different way. So I can run straight past the ram, and then I'm going up here. So you slow the wheel, slow the next one, run for the wall, jump off, So that's got rid of him. That's got rid of him. We'll grab that box before we go up.
Want to look inside? Okay, BD. What is it?
Then we've got another long, slow elevator ride.
Imperial excavation is making these tunnels unstable.
So this is why you couldn't come this way without the scum link. We'll have a quick save and rest here. I think we'll help ourselves to a little bit more force.
Something smells like old oil. Sorry, buddy, not you. It's this water. See him?
You come out into this area.
To worry about. The villagers built this memorial to the clones on the Venator. If only they knew the truth.
So if you had to pick up the scum link before you could get here, you'll come out that way to that rest point up there above that cliff. And our objective is over in that direction. Look. And to get there, I'm going to go across this water, climb up there, then around, across that gap, and up into that hole where that engine was there.
Hey, Grease, you busy?
Well, I was trying to watch the, no, I'm not busy, never busy. So, you need something?
I'm standing next to two crashed ships. Looks like you weren't the only pilot who had trouble with the wind here.
Whoa, you're just realizing that? Where have you been? I mean, it doesn't get better than me.
Yeah, okay. All I wanted to say was thanks.
You're welcome, kid, but, I gotta go. I got a thing, so gotta see you.
So just come through that to this area, which is our objective area. BD brings that rope across, which leads us to another elevator.
Thanks for the help.
And this one's going down.
I think we're getting close. I noticed it earlier, this feeling in the pit of my stomach. At first I thought it was Grease's cooking. Now it's getting even stronger. I think the closer we are, the worse I feel. It can't mean anything good.
So here we are, the Imperial dig site. As usual, save and rest when you can. So we head down the zip lines, there's nothing else at the moment. Although we can hear some stormtroopers elsewhere. There they are. Look. Okay. There is a heavy assault trooper and 2 brawler droids. So let's... So, that's the heavy assault trooper done with. Switch back to single for these. Oh, he's got me.
Unessential. Intruder sidestepping strike. Incompetent. Damage sustained. Stand and fight. Unproductive, human.
Whoops, wrong one.
Analytical swing.
So now.
You'll be sorry.
That's why it's really handy to have that ability to take out brawler droids.
You will regret that. Unessential.
Okay, I'm out of force power, so I better do some sprint attacks.
You cannot escape. Your odds of surviving are low. Very low.
I didn't need to hack him because there was nobody he could fight. So another upgrade.
You want to climb up a zip line? This motor should do the trick. How does it feel? There's got to be a way to the tomb now.
So now we can go up. I'm going to save here again and rest. So yet again, that was another little side quest with a bit of a fight, and then you get a new ability. So now we can go up.
Really great, BD.
Obviously a wall run and another rope slide there. There's a gang of enemies on that bridge where we're going to land. So I'll get the double ready. Oh.
Look out! Loud and clear. Squad, fire! You didn't train for this? Keep your distance. I'm tracking him. I can't keep track of him. Someone else get up here! How are we supposed to win without artillery? Get him! Someone? Anyone? Help! Here I go.
I could use a stem.
Right, funny little cut there, and the observant amongst you will have seen that I've now got 6 stims. I'm collecting all the secrets and chests and echoes off camera as I go, and that's the way I like to play this game, because that 6th stim's going to come in very handy soon.
What is that?
I'm not going to end that charge because it just lowers that barrier and lets those enemies through. I've already defeated them, I don't need to go back in there again. I really need everything I've got for this dude.
I found my next victim. Fuck this! Yes! Fall!
BD, stem!
Oops. So we'll get the barrier down. So we'll start coming across things with like a red hue to them, which is kind of an indicator that we're going to get a new ability soon. The only way to go is down here. Wall run, jump onto the rope. I like to give it a bit of a double here just to make sure. Again, another red outlined rope there, and a zip line. There's obviously something down there for the future. So we'll have a save and a rest here. No, nothing else I want yet. The only way to go is down the elevator.
Cal Kestis. How predictable. Oh yes, I know your name, your past, and most importantly, about Cordova. Tell me, where did he hide the holocron? Outstanding.
So another boss fight with the second sister.
This is too easy.
And she's got a lot of unblockables, some of which she telegraphs, some of which come very quick.
BD, stim here.
Very well. You won't dodge the next. Not quick enough.
She has got a lot of stamina.
You can't win. Accept it.
Now, you damage her a bit and she starts running away from you. So don't waste any attacks that use force power here.
I've suffered far worse.
BD, stim. Help, BD.
Oh, see what I mean about very, very quick unblockables.
Up here.
What would Jara Tapal think of you now? You can't run forever. I've suffered
Here we
far
go.
worse.
Get down to half health and you're into a cutscene. You see, I needed 5 stims to do that. I'm not good at this game, especially not the boss fights.
You're learning. Not quite as gifted as Sayre's last apprentice, but not bad.
You've been keeping count.
I'm surprised she didn't tell you. Sayre was never good at keeping secrets.
And you know her so well, huh?
She was weak. cracked in an Imperial torture chair, surrendered the location of her naive Padawan. They would never have found me.
If it wasn't for her, she betrayed me.
Trilla.
In the flesh.
I won't let you manipulate me.
So sure are you? When faced with a choice to protect herself or her Padawan, she chose self-interest. She'll sell you out too.
Well, I can handle myself.
Can you afford to take that chance? Your new master harbors great darkness. The look on her face when she saw what they had done to me, as I am now. She turned, exposing her true nature. She used the dark side.
She cut herself off from the Force.
Oh? How long before she cracks and betrays you too? Is that who you want beside you when you find the holocron? What would Jaro Tapal say?
You have no right to mention his name.
I wonder, what would he think if he could see his Padawan now, skulking in the shadows with a betrayer, granting her access to a legion of impressionable students?
No, I won't let anyone touch them.
I thought the same thing once.
So that's the first real twist in the story. And there's a lot of implications there if you stop to think about it. Seer told you that Trilla didn't survive, which is, I suppose, true from a certain perspective or certain point of view. The good person that was Trilla died when she became the second Sister Inquisitor. Lovely echo from, the Star Wars films there. And, again, from the films we know that the Jedi have a very, very flexible relationship with the truth. And that they are willing to use it as a weapon too. So Trilla there was telling the truth. But she was using it to try and, put a wedge between Cal and Seer, and she's probably succeeded. So there's only one way to go.
Thanks for the help back there, BD. You saved my life. And got us closer to the tomb.
Certainly did. So we'll have a well-earned rest.
We found it. Feels different than the other tomb. I don't know. I don't like it. I found it, but I see her. Why didn't you tell me?
Because she's a liar.
You. How?
I rerouted communication the moment you tried to contact her. Slicing encrypted transmissions was always a pastime of hers. She taught me once. There's no technique Sarah has that I haven't perfected.
Okay, as you worm your way through here, you'll hear some stormtroopers talking and the sounds of combat starting.
I have
Now, it's a Tomb Guardian, but you can't push its core out. So I just run past it, push that wall out and get away. You can kill them in the same way you did the other Tomb Guardians before you got force push, you know, diving in, whacking him a couple of times, diving out the way again. But he won't actually follow me out into this area, so I'll just leave him to it. And there's another socket there waiting for a ball. There's a broken ball there. If we look up, there's a ball inside that, what looks like a upside down glass bell jar. So we can push that out.
What's this?
My friend, these devices appear to simulate this planet's gravitational pull. I can't help but see it as a motif.
I'll try that then. Oh, so that caught fire and opened the way. Another save point. I think that's here because they expected you to practically die on your way past that last Guardian.
You're running out of time.
For what?
My scouts located an artifact of interest at the rear of this tomb. Even now I'm studying it, learning his secrets. It seems Cordova was rather taken with these Zeffo. Perhaps enough to hide the holocron amongst their bones.
Yeah, we'll see how much you learn.
She reminds me of Desan's sidekick from Jedi Outcast, the way she talks with that sort of sing-song, mocking tone.
What's over there? I've got it. Up there. Go quickly. Won't survive much longer. Keep on him.
That's everybody down.
We will pursue you.
Didn't actually mean to do that.
He's on the move. You won't stop us. Hurry, end it. I hit him. Can't lose, can we?
Oh, he was tough. There was 3 force attacks to kill him.
PD, toss me stim. Feeling better.
Okay. There's quite a bit to explore around here, a lot to collect. The main way to go is here. Activate this. It pulls that out. But the magnetism's stopping it going, so activate it again, switch it off. Now go a way forward. Right, there's a Guardian there who is curiously passive. If you don't bother him, he doesn't bother you. So we'll sprint strike the rats. Another save point.
We're never getting across this gap.
So tempting to push the guy off, but don't waste force power. When it's as easy as that to take him out. Same with this one.
Oh, it's...
So there really is only one way to go, so just go that way. I'll do this one twice to make sure. Maybe overkill, but it's the way I roll. Okay. Skungus with a rat behind it.
More of my soldiers breach this tomb every minute.
Afraid to face me yourself?
Had your droid not intervened, I would have killed you with ease.
It's too true.
It's okay, buddy. Just ignore her.
So... that gives us a way across. Getting Skungus and a rat. Doesn't actually use any force power, that, because Skungus are environmental.
Saves me, okay? If anything, you gotta know. Enemy contact. Okay. Get up there. I got this. Watch out, or you'll be next.
What are they waiting for?
I think he's calling it quits. Too skilled. I can take you out, no problem.
You're not getting out of here alive.
I thought he did his very well making his voice heard over the top of that transport. So we've got another purge trooper dropped in here.
I found you. Fuck this. You can't get away. Too soon.
That's why I like to save my force power for enemies that really sort of need it. So reverse that movement and it gives us again somewhere to get across. Again, only one way to go. So I've got to bring this one in and then ride it to get back. So, Skungus and rats. Not going to dive straight into that.
That's a kill.
Okay. Oh, and it's one of these. Oh, and I was trying to dodge that as well. Yeah, if you can time the parries right, they are pretty easy.
Imagine the artifacts the Empire would have missed if it weren't for your intervention on this backwater planet.
Sure it's worth the cost? I hear Project Augur came at a high price.
Stormtroopers and workers. Expendable resources.
You're a monster.
I am what Ser made me.
Okay, there's these writhing vines or briars or whatever they're supposed to be. You can't get through them. But there's another one of these magnetic devices that pulls out these things with flames in them. Look. And if you remember the last one, it pulled them straight into the vines so they can't fire. So now I'm going to push. Yep, that's done the job. So that's opened a way for us to go. But I'm just dropping down because it's right next to that save point from before. I can repair the goat damage there before I carry on. Push that down, and there's another purge trooper who won't actually come out of that room unless he's in the middle of an attack on me. So I'm perfectly safe here.
The fight is over here. A worthy challenge.
So that's him done. Now this, a lot of force attacks to get rid of him, but you know, it does the job. And if you look, this room's surrounded by rat burrows. So that was a good reason not to come rushing in here. But it's also very handy for regenerating your force. We've got to chase him around sometimes. So that's a full force bar again.
Hey, what's that? Enemy approaching. Fine. You cannot bypass this outpost. Who's on the target? I missed the target. Can't track him. Just kill him already. Watch your step.
Think we're doing okay, BD? Good.
I've taken the artifact back to my ship for analysis. Pity you couldn't make it in time.
Doesn't matter what you steal. You'll never understand it.
Yet you do?
You'll find out soon enough.
I'll take those odds.
This makes my toes cringe. Now these look bad, but they're really very easy because they're slow. And you can just turn them off after you've got past. So we've got another save point in full view of a bunch of near-sighted stormtroopers who all happen to be looking the other way.
I noticed something while examining the sarcophagus. It's a very convenient location to dispose of nuisances.
You lured me here. Was this your plan all along?
You truly have the wits of a scrapper.
It's a trap.
Eyes up! Don't let him escape.
You're letting him escape! Fight me! Time for some fun!
Don't let him escape. Get to the Jedi!
And it's another flashback.
Padawan, where is the Force?
Everywhere it is within me, it surrounds me.
Just so. It connects you. There will be times when emotion, pain, or exhaustion trick you. You will feel cut off, isolated. This is an illusion. Your lightsaber lies there, out of reach, but you remain connected through the Force. Feel that energy around you, and summon your weapon.
Shades of Luke in the ice cave here.
Forces within you, around you, connecting you to your weapon.
You must ignore all distraction.
Force is with me. It connects us. Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, new ability. Now as you land on this, it starts moving, look. And I think it's supposed to be tipping against the wall, but it's easy to climb after it's stopped moving. Sometimes if you start climbing too soon, you sort of fall off at jumps like that. So the little lantern things that we could push before, we can now pull and throw at the vines, and that gives us a way out.
Not part of your plan?
Luckily, I always allow for contingencies.
Now then, this is a load of new force powers available one. So that's took me straight to the skill tree, and I know exactly what I want with my one skill point. I want grasping pull. Pay attention. Oh yes. And if you're used to resting before you go to the skill tree, remember to rest. There we go. So now it's time to work our way back. I was just getting away from the blast there. So I'm not quite sure why these are closed, because I left it open.
An intruder! This one's mine.
So just a little
Now what do
taste
we
of what
do?
this new power can do. And you'll get a little instruction on the side here. Yeah. These guys are vulnerable to force pull. And all the hanging vines and ropes that were red are now blue. And a little tip here, these you can pull from this spot where you're going to plug them in, which reduces the amount of time you take doing it, which means it's less likely that probe droid's going to shoot you and stop you doing it.
Keep your heads down. Oh, it's shaking. Just fight him.
Now, sometimes you get a transport fly in and drop another purge trooper with a scout commander, but not always. Or maybe I'm getting confused and that's later. Okay, there's only one way to go. And again, stand by the plug. So this guy decides it's safer in here with me than it is without Chotas.
Someone doesn't want to die today.
This was an offering to the sage buried here. For the time, it was considered precious.
So the Chotas has won. Done. There we go.
It's your turn. Keep it up. An enemy here.
Shows you how powerful that force pull attack is. So here we are, back at the tomb where we can complete the objective to raise the spire. Okay, after a short time this will resolve itself, so there's just a guardian left for you to deal with. It'll be pretty straightforward. you can pull that, which if you bring it down far enough shows you that that chain's held together by some of those vines. And you can plug in here and hold it there. Now you should know by now that those lanterns destroy, burn the vines. Unfortunately, between those lanterns and these vines here, there's a load of water falling, and you should know by now that falling water destroys the lanterns. So you need to get rid of this ramp, and then you can get one of these from here. And I'll just show you what I meant. From this side, even what appears to be between the water doesn't actually reach it. So what you have to do is turn that back on. So now you've got that magnetic field. So you can throw that into there, jump over here. Now there's no water in the way. Vines burn. That falls and the ball's out, ready for you to put into the socket. There we go. And that's objective complete. Well, this is actually a long lift ride, but it's all covered by this cutscene.
Here it is. I have finally found an intact representation of this sacred Zeffo artifact. My friend, look closely. This is Mictrol at the Vault Ambagana. You can see an object in their hand. Based on this imagery, I believe this object allows a Force wielder to perceive the mysteries of the Vault. This is the key and the guide, the Zeffo Astrium. But who would destroy images of it, and why? It requires more research. However, our next step is clear. Find an Astrium, if any still exist.
So you can see it's suddenly got light.
An Astrium. You ever heard of it? Me neither. But a key. Yeah, I understand that. Looks like we know what we have to find.
Oh, we're back at the surface. Just around here with another save point. So I'm resting, but even though I've got 2 skill points, I'm actually saving up for that. BD stim canisters completely refill your force meter. Which means you can refill your force meter as many times as you've got stim canisters.
Very good, Padawan. You've cleared the way.
What are you talking about?
I needed this tomb raised. And now that I have what I need, you're of no use to me.
Can you reverse what she's done? Thanks. Hope this new encryption keeps her out for good.
Another upgrade.
Probe droid processing unit. What's it like hacking other droids anyway? Yeah, I'd feel weird about hacking people too. For a good cause, though, right? Should check in with the Mantis. Trilla probably knows where they are. You sure the comm's fixed? They're not answering. Something's wrong. We need to get back. Nobody around. Think it's some kind of trap? Seems like we've been walking into a lot of them lately. Wait, do you hear that?
Keep an eye out for those charging creatures, Rookie. Affirmative. We'll watch from Dirac. All right, Rookie, calm down a little. Hostile approaching! Just need one clean hit.
Hey, I think this might be a lift to the lower floor. Be good for heading back.
I don't think I can hit a target. Not sure if I saw movement. Who's gonna be next? You're retreating. Stay on it. Don't let up. You don't scare me. Enemy spotted. Yeah, all right, got it. We're alone now, Jedi.
Think you can break in? Over here, BD.
So now we've got an echo and a save point.
Do not concern yourself with a missing artifact.
You see, I've very nearly got that third point that I need.
I'll deal with it personally.
No match for you, right?
So yeah, we've been here before. If we continue through here, we come to the weathered monument, and you can go back to the Mantis that way. Now I'm going to show you something else. So if you go back in here, up the elevator,
Did you see that? On target. Can't top my...
and so you head back this way, drop down. So this is where you took the laser field down, and there's a lift here that's available to use.
Don't fall behind.
Hey, who's there? Someone else attack him? He's running scared. We're all doomed.
Now watch this.
They can't all be dead. Can they?
Watch this officer. One shot. And that was all I needed to do to get the probe droid on my side, was just pull it to me. Don't have to damage it at all. Don't need to damage them at all, just pull them close. And that's it. So we're back down in this Imperial dig site, and you might think, why did you come down here? Well, it's well worth it. Particularly if you came back to Zeffo having not had the scomp link. Because you won't have been in the ice caves yet.
You're mine, traitor. You'll not defeat me. More of that coming. Quicker than anticipated.
BD, help please. Thanks, BD.
Yeah, so now we can pull that rope swing over. So we'll have a rest. Oh, and I've got the 3 skill points now, look. So I'm definitely having that. So you might remember there was this rope here that was previously red. Obviously now we can pull. And you swing into the wind. That carries you up onto the zip line. And we're in the ice caves with another stim. So it's worth coming anyway.
Because you're pretty great.
But if you've, like I say, if you came back without the scomp link, this has opened up the ice caves for you. Oh. Ouch.
Oh, that's it.
Oh. So actually, I'm not dead, I'm not respawning, I'm reawakening.
BD. Where are we? BD1? Little buddy? Where are you? BD? Gotta find a way out of here. Wherever here is. Something back there. Is that a power cable? That did it.
So we're out of the cell.
Air's cold. Stale.
Imagine how many panels I pulled off the first time I did that. Okay. If you get hold of this one and plug it next to that door, then pull that one over.
I did something.
You've now opened the door. Push out the panel at the back.
Let's see if I can find a way out of here. Feels like I'm being watched.
I'm not sure if this is an Easter egg or not.
Hey, someone in there?
I chuba the nago.
Do you need help?
Hopa, sortomo kili uba, shak pudu.
What? Sork Tormo?
Stuta karkina donda. Donda.
Okay. I guess you're good.
Hechuta.
Like I said, I don't know if that means anything. So if we jump over here,
BD1! Is that you? I found you. Are you okay? Let's get you out of there.
If you look over there, there's a laser fielded area. Over to which it is possible to swing. It looks for all the world like there's going to be something in here, but there isn't. There's just a couple of dead tatch monkeys from Kashyyyk. So if you swing, you see there's another plug up there, or a socket rather. Oh, never landed there before.
Hey! Oh, I'm happy to see you too.
Let's get that restraining bolt off of you. Jerks. Poor droids. Let's get out of here before the same happens to us.
So I'll pull that panel off. Tell BD to slice it. And this time run down this narrow corridor.
Can you slice this open?
BD does his thing and you're back in here. Overcharges that, gives you power. So we plug this one in here.
It's got power now.
And this one that's already got power. And that's the lift powered up.
Hear that? Sounds like someone is home after all. Hey, I recognize this band.
It's the Who again. So we'll have a rest here. So there's nowhere else to go but into the arena. And that's exactly what it is.
Finally, he arrives! We had action on how long it would take me to get here.
And who are you?
Who am I? I'm Sor Tormo, baby. I'm the boss of this operation. You have greasy forearms to thank for bringing us together.
I will. As soon as we get out of here.
We have a special challenger for you tonight. An enforcer from a bygone era. A Jedi! Let's see what he's got. Oh, somebody get baby his toy.
No.
Well, maybe not.
Here.
Let's get him something with some bite. Now it's on. Now that's what I call a fight. Let's level this thing. Hit him with something really nasty. Ooh, uglier than mating season on the Owlbeck Prize.
Help me, BD.
You're finished, Jedi.
BD, stim here. BD.
Win them all. You're messing with the odds. That was my favorite.
Okay,
The best is yet to come.
so now we've got the Haxian Brood to deal with.
The Haxian Brood is coming for you.
Now this guy does some vicious unblockables. I've switched to the saber because he also fires a repeating weapon, and you can do a lot of damage to him if you can get to reflect them all back, but he's not firing at me.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Oh, I'd like to see that again.
BD, stim here.
Here it comes. Time to die. It's nothing.
Look at those odds, Chet.
You're going down.
Get him.
Stay in, Jedi. Is this what passes for? Oh, you're in trouble.
So now I've got full health and stims to fight him with. Get my XP back.
Oh, you're gonna hurt. I'm taking you down.
Look at him move.
You are tough. I had it worse.
BD, stim.
Nice moves, Jedi. I'll mop them.
So nimble. Even I saw that coming.
Quick scan of him.
Nice job.
What do you mean they come up?
And here comes the Mantis to rescue me.
There's no escape! I will chase you across the galaxy if I have to!
But he's not kidding either.
Hey, Grease. You're famous down there.
Yeah, they're an ugly group, huh? They smell like used droid oil. At least they're okay.
Yeah, a complication we could have avoided. Luckily, we found you.
We have another complication. The Empire knows about the holocron.
That's not good. The entire mission is now at risk.
And I had a nice chat with the second sister, Trilla.
What did she tell you?
She told me you betrayed her to the Empire. Is it true?
She'll say anything to jeopardize this mission.
Is it true?
She was my apprentice. Before the Purge.
You should have told me.
We're getting an encrypted message from Kashyyyk.
Mari.
Cal, we found Tarful, and he is willing to meet you. But that's not all. The Empire overran our position at the refinery. Saw retreated off-world. Some of us have joined the Wookiee fighters in the forests. Be careful.
You too.
Later.
Later. We have our lead.
Okay, this is fine. Everything is gonna be fine. Hey, kid. Hey, wake up. Can we talk?
What?
Can we talk? I don't know what's going on between you and her. I mean, I figure it's some kind of Jedi thing, but I don't think this is the right time for
It's
it.
not any of your business.
I think it's my business. And we're all in this together, aren't we? Hey, Cal. I made a mistake. And I almost got you killed. I'm sorry. I mean, we all make mistakes, right? Well, maybe not you. Hey, why don't you cut her some slack? I'm not saying do it for me, but you two are the best thing that ever happened in my life. Before you came along, all I cared about was a tight hand on a stiff heater. That's a game term.
I know what it is.
Cal, life's not a game. Before you two, all I cared about was myself. Easy money. Now it's different.
And we're back in. A bit of tension among the crew now.
This roche here looks great, Grease.
You know, it's not the origin tree or anything, but it does the job.
I like what you did with the branches.
Huh, thanks, kid. You know, you're all right.
So that's it for this part. I will catch you on the next part when we're heading back to Kashyyyk.